Welcome back, fellow part-timers. Hopefully you guys enjoyed last month's Monster Bass unboxing, but we're back to the bags, it looks like. Hopefully you guys got out if you got one. Tried out Texas rigging, learned some new Texas rigging techniques. I love what they're doing. But let's dive in. What are we gonna learn this month? Well, hopefully catch some bigger fish. As long as the weather cooperates, I'm in. Let's get this unzipped. I love these bait bags. First thing, let's find that info book here. There we go. We are learning the Carolina rig this time, guys. And I'm gonna briefly open this up. So, breaks down what we're getting, a little note from the founder, a little history on Carolina rigging. Lesson 1, Carolina rigging basics. That's where I'm gonna need to start. If you guys don't know, I don't Carolina fish. Maybe I'm missing out, we're gonna find out. When you get that down, go to lesson 2, dragging shell bars with a Carolina rig. You feel good there, you go to lesson 3 here. Intro to square billing. Oh, it's that time of year, guys. Got to work on your water depth. So I'm guessing we got a square bill in there. Lesson 4, working a crankbait through cover. It's always a good one to touch base on. Lesson 5, jerk bait cadence techniques. Let's stop it right there. You guys want to know about jerk baits? You got to work at different cadences. Not every cadence is correct. Somebody's gonna tell you, oh, it's all about long pot. Once you start hitting the fish and you find the depth and you can't work, stick with it. It can change daily. But I'm guessing it's a good read to give you some good ideas. Then they go through, tell you the lunar periods again. I kind of like that. I know some of you guys say you don't even pay attention to that stuff. It's interesting. I like looking at that in weather because you kind of find, sometimes you can find some trends. So let's see what they're gonna give us to learn how to Carolina rig fish. First thing, nice little Monster Bass neck gaiter. Stay safe on the water, don't get any skin cancer. I love this. Rise and glide fishing sticker. That's awesome, that's going on the wall. Got our golden ticket here. Tune into their lives, get a chance to win. All right, first thing first, I guess is you're gonna need the terminal tackle to Carolina rig. So we got some Monster Bass Saber-Tooth Series EWG size 3s 5-pack. To go with that, we got the Carolina rig kit. And I'm gonna have to read more about what all this stuff is. We got swivels, beads, barrel weights, and some sort of metal thing. I'm assuming that's to help give the clacks. So I love that. Going with those, right here, we got the Grande Bass 6.5 Airtel Wiggler in June Bug is the color we got. Show you guys the package here, but let me pull one of these out. All right, and what I'm guessing with that Carolina rig from what I've seen is that you're gonna have that weight hit the bottom. This is gonna float and just have all this action. Ooh, whoa, guys, I just figured something out. This is like a hollow bowl. You guys can kind of hear it sticking to itself when I squeeze it. I don't think I've ever used a worm like this. Have you guys seen it? Sorry, I'm a little amazed by this, but have you guys seen a worm that's, I mean, it's thick rubber, thick plastic. Get up here, there's an air pocket. Curious how they do that. But that's just gonna let that tail just float and wiggle. Guys, I'm gonna have to check these guys out. Grande Bass fishing lures. I may have found a new worm that I Nico rig. Or, once I learn how to Carolina rig, we're gonna Carolina rig it. Then, if you're not a worm guy, they did give us some Z-Man Elastec boar hogs and watermelon. Have I seen the boar hog before? I have not. Oh, actually, that's a lie. I did. I saw it at the Bass Pro Shops World Fishing Fair. They had a booth. Ooh, there it goes. I love this, guys. This is a great kind of creature bait. Same thing with this. You have all these appendages, everything flapping. This bait's gonna float above your weight and just flap, give them all that. You're not really gonna have to work the bait, you can just drag the bottom. Love it. Then we got some different baits to work different parts of the water column. We got the hard baits. First company, if the fish are hiding deeper, we got Lucky Strike, and this is the red ear. It's a 3/8 ounce, and it dives 5 to 8 feet, guys. Nice color there. Dirtier water, that works great. but you're gonna be able to get deep with these guys. Now, if they're starting to move up shallow, I know some of you guys in the south, even some of us here, if the weather will cooperate, they're starting to push shallow to feed. This is from Arc. I love Arc. I've tried their lipless baits. I didn't know they had square bills, and I'm gonna pull this guy out of the package, but it's the CT3-5. It's a floating square bill. It's a 2 1/8 inch long, and it is 3 to 5 foot diver. So you're in that different water column there. And the color, here we go. Sexy shad, keep it simple. But I love this paint job. There's little sparkles in it. I hope it shows up. But you got the red eye there that sticks out. You got the black going into the blue, the yellow. You got that little bit of orange there on the breast. And it's a little different profile than most square bills, so I'll be excited to see what the action. And it's not a deep thud. You guys can hopefully hear that. So it's not going to completely spook them, draw too much, but I love that. I'm excited to throw this. I'll have to see what other colors they have. I love Arc. They got some good colors as well. So definitely adding that to the tackle box. And guys, I love my jerk baits. As you heard me earlier, I love them. I normally throw a 6 cents Provoke 106X. Some of you probably do as well. But Vicious Fishing, I'm starting to fall in love with these guys. I've thrown their topwater baits. Didn't know they had a Ripper 110 is what they call it. It's a floating jerk bait, and this is in their gill color. Get this out here for you guys. Vicious has some great baits. I'm excited to see what they're doing. Okay, this is fun. It reminds me of kind of like almost like a cartoony gill, but it's okay. Well, cartoon's not the right. You guys help me out, but it's a different style of a gill pattern. Very standard setup of 110. Hooks are sharp. But check that out. Very subtle stripes going. Got the little bit of a blue. Got the darker up top green. Got the little bit of orange there. I really do like this. So if the bluegill get going here, that's got a lot of thuds. So you're going to be able to rip it. And guys, with jerk baits, I'll kind of start out, especially when the water's cool here still. I'm gonna give it some really hard jerks, get this thing to dive down. Then I'll pause. I'm gonna let this thing float. I'm gonna let it float. Just sit there in their faces, float. So I'm gonna bring it as down far as I can and let it float past them. Once I kind of figure out, and I'm gonna count. And the reason I'm gonna count is I'm gonna figure out if they're hitting it on the 1, 2, they're towards bottom. Hitting it at 4, the 5. You can kind of figure out those depths. And then once I get a feeling they're hitting it always at 3 or 4, they're shallow. Oh, sorry, they're deep, excuse me, I'm starting at 1. If they're hitting it at a higher count, they're hitting it more shallow, and you're not having to rip it as low. Sometimes though, I may not let it sit there forever. I might twitch, try to keep it in a certain water column the whole time, give that action. But there's no rhyme or reason. Work it how you like. When you figure out how they're biting it, stay with it from there. So have fun with that. I love jerk baits. Some guys say they're only springtime, fall time bait. Use them all year round. You'll find the fish, don't worry. And like always, guys, you get a reusable Monsterbass bag. Store your baits, take them all to the water. But that's everything. I believe that was a solid bag. If you guys think I'm wrong, tell me differently. I'd love to find out. But I love what they're doing. I hope they keep it up. I'm excited to what we're gonna learn next month. I thought I saw, oh guys, something I've been working on. There we go, coming next month. They gave us a teaser. We're gonna learn drop shotting. I'm excited for that. I've got one of my rods rigged up. We got a drop shot going on it. We're actually throwing the Third Eye Fishing Dojo net on there. And we've been throwing some paddle tails. Some of my buddies have been having success. I'm just starting to throw it. I'm hoping to have success myself. So I'm excited to learn a little bit more on how to throw that. Maybe some proper line setup. If you guys got any tips, let me know. But until next time, guys, good luck on the water. Hope this helps.